Hello everybody, it's the Farm Sim Guy here, hope you're all doing well. We are back on Yukon River Valley and we're going to start to look at some of the manufacturing facilities that are on this map. And I thought we'd start first and foremost with the sawmill, probably because it's one of the most useful ones to get your head around, because actually what you need from here you can use in a lot of the other production areas. So with that in mind, let's just jump straight into it. This shouldn't be a particularly long video because it's pretty straightforward. But basically, I thought when I first started on this map, they weren't classed as sell points or buy points. So I just thought it was a place you could drop off logs before you move them somewhere else. But in fact, they're full production facilities, and they're really, really nicely done. So, as always, it's a global companies mod, so make sure you've got that installed. And really, you've got to put your inputs into it. In this case, it's logs and fuel to power the sawmill. And the outputs, there are actually 4 different outputs. So, first and foremost, I think we'll load up with some logs, which I've already got prepared here. Just a few, but we'll run a couple of loads down. And I just like the way that this has been done, to be honest. Just lovely setting. As you might expect, you want to be able to store these logs, but they're using it in a way that you drop the logs off into the water. So you drop down here, so you could reverse a truck up there, or do what we've done with a loader and drop some of those into the water. We'll go and grab a couple more loads because it does use quite a lot of wood. There we go. A few more logs dropped into there. And if you reverse back up here, you have digital readouts telling you how much you've put in. So up on the side there, let me just jump out and have a look. If you run around here, you can see, there you go, 56,000 litres of wood already fed into the mill. Now, on top of that, you need fuel to run the mill. So as well as logs, you need to be able to pour an input in here, which is either wood chips, straw, or coal. So I've got a bit of coal here and wood chips. Now wood chips we know about because they're pretty standard on most maps, so we'll drop a bit of coal. And I think these all do the same as well. As would straw, they may burn at different speeds, but for the purposes of this, let's just grab a nice big bucket of coal. We will pour it in. We'll probably need to do a couple of loads here as well. But we'll drop this into here. And again, remember, this is right up high in the hills, so you've also got to think about how you get your machinery here as well. Now, obviously, you can just spawn it here if you want. Now, obviously, you can hear the noise kicking in there as the sawmill starts up. So we've got 5,000 litres. You can hear things working, and already, there you go, with the flashing light there, you can see some of our outputs, and they'll tick up over time. It takes a little bit of time, as do all of these factories, in a realistic manner, but you basically get 4 outputs. You get split wood, you get long wood, which is used for making pallets, so you could take these down to the pallet factory. Around the corner you have barrels. Now they're used in the whiskey factory. And then finally your 4th output, and there isn't any here at the moment, well, there is a tiny little bit, 880 litres, is wood chips. So again, you can use those wood chips to put them back in, so it actually starts to become self-sufficient as a production facility once you've started to put some logs into it. So we'll let that run for a little while. We'll skip forward time a bit and I'll show you some of the outputs. So we've bumped things forward a few hours now, and as you can see, the sawmill has gone quiet again, and the reason for that is we have run out of logs. We still have a little bit of fuel left in terms of coal that we put in, still 6,000 litres of coal. We have a few wood chips here, so we could actually scoop those up and dump them into here and use them, so it starts to become self-sufficient. Around here we have a few more barrels, and obviously barrels are required for the whiskey factory. So you would need to ship these from high up here in the mountains down to probably one of the train depots and shipped on to the whiskey section. Around here we've got longwood. This is used in pallet manufacturing, and obviously I think the potato factory and the paper factory both require pallets to work. And again, if you wanted to add other factories to the map, like the meat processing factory, for example, that uses pallets as well. So a very useful thing there. But you can also sell that. You can also sell longwood for a pretty decent price as well. And then over here you've got splitwood, which actually I've yet to find a factory that requires splitwood as part of the inputs for it. So I think that's really just an output that potentially could be used elsewhere. There's possibly other factories that aren't included on this map that would use that, but it does sell for a good price as well, so all is not lost there. So there you go. There is a very quick overview of the sawmill. It's really nicely put together and it works an absolute treat. Now, one last thing, as with all global companies, factories, you need to own the land to be able to operate it. So bear that in mind. But fantastic, and there's a lot of these on the map. I think there's 4 or 5 of these on the map in total. So definitely one for you to be aware of, because it's so useful and so practical for other factories on the map. So there you go. From me, the Farm Sim Guy, there's your first look at one of the Yukon River Valley factories. We're going to come back with a few more videos and look at some of the other ones. So for now, from me, Farm Sim Guy, thanks for watching. Bye for now.